Hi all. In this video, we are going to discuss about application performance monitoring in Datadog. So in Datadog, we have application performance monitoring as well as real user monitoring that we will discuss in upcoming videos. In this session, we are going to discuss only APM. So APM will help us to track, optimize backend service by providing distributed tracing, performance metrics, and error tracking. It enables developer to monitor service health, troubleshoot the issue, and correlate traces with log metrics and other telemetry. What exactly is this? Let me explain you in diagram. I have open board. So here, so far what we have seen, we have a host, okay, or server, something like that, host or server, okay. So inside that server, we are monitoring OS. To monitor this OS, what we did, we install Datadog agent. Okay, Datadog agent we installed. So this Datadog agent will scrap the metrics and it will give it to our Datadog Datadog DB. Where this DB will be available? This DB will be available in the cloud. That is why we are telling this SaaS model, software as a service. Okay, so what is our job? We need to install the Datadog agent on our machines or clusters if you are using Kubernetes. So what this Datadog agent will do? This Datadog agent will collect the metrics or scrap, okay, scrap the metric from the machine and it will give it to Datadog. Initially what we did, we have scrap OS metrics. In my previous video, I have explained you how can we scrap Linux OS as well as Windows OS metrics. You can go and watch. After that, we enabled process monitoring. Okay, so OS monitoring by default it will come. To enable the process monitoring, you have to log in your YAML file and you have to enable the process monitoring. Correct? Process underscore config option is there. That option you need to enable it. Then if you want, you could add taggings, all those things we have already seen. Correct? Now inside my host, application team deploying their application. Okay, when they deploy application, what my Datadog agent will do when you enable process monitoring or OS monitoring, so it will give you the information about this application also running as a process, correct? How much CPU or memory this particular process utilizing, only this information it will give. What information will get? CPU and memory, disk as well. Okay, disk networking, something like that. Okay, very basic metric collection we will get from OS or process monitoring. Now I want to monitor this my application in depth. Why we need in depth? Say for example, users from outside users are trying to hit my application, correct? When they are trying to hit my application, users are telling your application is very slow. Okay, users are telling your application is slow. But when I go and check with the OS team, they are telling that no, we don't see any resource crunch. What is the resources? CPU, memory or disk. So these resources are very much available to run your application. So there is no problem on machine or there is no problem on OS. But still, these guys, users are telling that no, we are facing the slow. Now, application team, when they tested with their testing environment, it was working fine. It was very speed. But when they deploy in this server, it is getting slow. Here they tested with some hundreds of users, but here thousands or lakhs of users are coming. Even though thousands lakhs of users are coming, here resources available. So this my machine is very much capable enough to get all this resource and fulfill their requests. Even though it is getting slow, what might be the issue? The issue might be here inside your application you may use multiple functions or multiple services. Why? Because the application is not one complete code, correct? So different code, different functions you will use inside your application. Say for example, when you are trying to access your Facebook, first what it will ask, it will ask your credential. When you give your credential, then see, this is what the facebook.com when you're opening here. Okay, facebook.com when you're opening. So it first it will ask username and password, correct? When you give username and password, it will go and check backend in Facebook. DB servers will be there, correct? So DB servers will be there. It will go and check in the background whether this credential is correct or not. If it is correct, then it will respond to the user again with his profile. It will open his profile and it will show him. So if you see here, first trace is whenever user accessing the Facebook, it should display the username password. This is first function. Then when he gives the username and password, it should go and check in the DB. This is second function. Once DB is confirmed, then it should reply that yes, it is confirmed. It is yes working. The username credentials is correct. After that, it should open the his profile and it should show. So if you see here, each and everything we are calling it as traces. This trace 1 or trace 2, this one again trace 3. Why? Because it is replaying back, then it will open trace 4, something like. So for all these trace 1, trace 2, trace 3, they may use different functions or different codings or different methods, correct? Like that, here my application is also using multiple functions or multiple codings or multiple stages to fulfill the request. To monitor each and every trace, to monitor each and every function, to monitor each and every part of the application, we are using APM. What you're using? APM. By using this OS monitoring and process monitoring, will provide you overall picture about your host, but it will not provide you the in-depth detail about your application, like which page. Because inside application, if you are creating any web server, so it will be having multiple pages, correct? So which page or which exact function or which trace utilizing high memory or high CPU or a high response time, correct? Response time is very much important here. So all these post-mortems we can do by using APM. Okay, so this is the advantage of using APM. That is why that is what I mentioned in my PPT. Some use cases where exactly we could use identifying slow database queries. What is mean by whenever users are giving username and password, it might take long time to interact with the database team and get the confirmation, because database backend database server might be busy, or it has resource crunch, or it failed, something like that, correct? So we could easily identify. If you don't have APM, what would happen? You first you will go and check where you deploy your services or application, that server is correct or not. If you are using multiple servers, why? Because for scalability, we may use multiple virtual machines. If you are using multiple virtual machines, you have to go and check which virtual machine is utilizing, or which virtual machine having the issue. You have to check. If you are using microservices on Kubernetes, then you have to go and check in pod level. That is quite easy with compared to VM. Next, if the connect after that, you have to check the connectivity of all the servers, front end and back end. Front end they are using web server, back end they might use database server. Is there any issue on the database server? Something like that. So to check one by one manually, it will take hours, and multiple teams should be involved into that. You have to involve OS team, you have to involve um, network team, you have to involve cloud team. So all the teams, they have to involve to fix one problem or to find out the problem if we don't have APM. So these issues overcome by APM. So identifying the slowness, after the troubleshoot latency spike or failed request. Sometime what happen no, if you have multiple servers, say Facebook will not have one database server, correct? Facebook will have 10 database server because high number of queries will come, correct? One query will go to here, another time some other user if you use it will go to database server 2, okay, and another query if anyone accessing, then it will go to database server 3. So wherever it is 3, it will act in a load balancing method. So wherever your servers have free or acceptable request, are ready to accept, then it will transfer the query like this. It will distribute the queries from here, okay. So if this particular server is not responding properly but rest of the two servers are working fine, in that case how you can come to know? You can come to know where whenever you go and check your latency, which particular latency having issue, or which request we are getting failed, and this request we are getting failed from which server. So easily could identify. So this is the server, this is the this server having an issue. So for that we could find out within span of time, and optimize resources usage and code performance. That is what I explained. You whatever you're writing the code, it may have multiple functions or multiple process. So easily you could come to know where exactly the issue inside your code. Next, tracking impact deployment and configuration changes. For example, if you do any changes, after changes, it is you feel that it is getting slow or your application is not working properly. During the time also, after deployment, quickly you can identify if it is not perfect or not working fine. Then what you can do? You can roll back your changes. For all those purpose, we are using APM. Okay, now what we will do, we will create one machine, okay, one Linux machine. Inside that we will install Datadog agent, and we will deploy one Java application. I have one Spring Boot Java application we have. So Datadog agent we will install, Java application we will install, and we'll try to access from outside. And here we will enable OS monitoring as usual, and process monitoring also we will enable. Along with this, APM monitoring also we will enable. So all these three we will enable, and we will try to capture the metrics of OS, process, and this Java application. All these metrics we will capture and we will store it inside Datadog DB. Okay, Datadog DB, and this Java application also will come via Datadog agent only actually. Okay, so we will collect OS, process, and Java application matrices, and we will see by using website called www.datadoghq.com. Okay, we'll go towards practical. Let me clear all these things. I logged in my AWS portal. So I'm going to create one instance. So instance name I'll give something like uh, app. Okay, I'll give instance name Java app. Then I'll use Amazon Linux. Here I'll keep this kernel whatever it is showing, and here I'm going to use 2 GB. I'll use, okay. I don't want 1 GB. Why? Because 1 GB memory is not enough. Sorry, 2 CPU and 4 GB. This configuration I'll take. If you select this, you will be charged. So per hour, this is what the pricing. You just check it out before you create this, okay. So already I have created the key pair, so I'm going to use the same key pair. If you want to know these options, you could go and check my previous videos. So here I select default, because in this default group, what I did, I accepted all the traffic from outside. Any IP address can come and hit my server like that. So I keep as it is 8 GB storage. Now I'm going to launch it. Okay, my server created and it is running state. I click on the server. I try to connect from putty. I'll open this putty. Then I could use this DNS, public DNS, or a public IP address also I could use to access my server. So I'm accessing with public DNS. Then I'll come and I'll take this credential. I'll select the credential. Okay, EC2-user. So this is what the username we need to give in AWS to log in server. So I logged in. Now I'll go to sudo -i because I'm going to execute my application and whatever I want via root user, so that I don't want to put my sudo in front of every command. Okay. Or else if you are running from normal user, whatever command you are running, add sudo in front of your command, it will work. Now, what we are going to do, first we need to install Datadog agent. I logged in my Datadog portal. So here just I'm coming and typing agent, install agent. Okay. If it is not there, then you type here. So I'm going to use host based. I'm going to use here. I'm not going to add anything as of now, and I'm using. You could use whatever you want. I use div. So I already have one key. That key I created my own key. So I'm using that key. So as you could see here, then I'm going to copy this. Okay, and paste it here. So it will download and install Datadog agent. So it's installed successfully. Okay, so I'm going to check what is the status, whether it is running or not. Systemctl status Datadog agent. So if you see here, it is active and running state, and this is enabled. Okay, fine. Now we'll go and we'll enable process monitoring, and we add some tag for understanding purpose, and we'll enable APM monitor later. Let me add first this one, process monitoring, and this vi/etc Datadog agent datadog.yaml. So this is the configuration file. So here I'm coming. I'm changed my host name. I'll change the host name as Java. That is what I given, correct? Java an app. You can give whatever host name you want. So just I'm giving Java app 01, something like that. And I'll come down. Process monitoring we need to enable, correct? Search with process monitoring. Process underscore config. If you type, then you can come here and you can enable it. If you don't know how to work on VI editor, then please go and check my Linux operating system videos. There I have explained this how can we use VI editor. And after that, I'm going to add some tags. KGG. So where is the tags? So team is there something like infra. I will put team name is DevOps. And what is the tag key? On another tag, app equal to Java. Okay, just I'm giving two tags. If you want, you can use multiple tags. Without tags also it will work. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to restart my service. I'm checking the status. See, 4 seconds ago it is started. It is running. I'll go and check inside my operating system. Sorry, inside my Datadog website whether my server has captured or not. See here, it is captured, but the name which I changed, it is not yet reflected here. It will take some time to reflect. Okay, I go and check in my dashboard. I'm able to see the matrices. Last 1 hour it is there, so I'm going to change it to last 5 minutes. See, from last 5 minutes it is started. CPU monitoring. So this load average, process monitoring, memory breakdown, available swap, all those things. So if you go and check, see process monitoring. Okay, process monitoring not yet started. It will start after some time. Okay, we'll wait for some time. Meanwhile, what we'll do, we will install Java application on my system and we'll keep it ready. Okay. Okay, I came into my server, so I clear it. Now to deploy Java application, we are not going to write any code here. Already we have code, ready-made code. It is available in GitHub. I'm going to use that code. Then I'll convert that code into package. After that, I'm going to run the application. So this is what the steps I'm going to follow. First, I'm going to install Git and Java. The code is available here in this directory, GitHub Spring Boot petclinic.git. So from there, I'm going to download. After that, I'm going to convert the package using Maven. Convert this code into package. After that, I'm going to run my application. So I'll go here. I'll first install Java. Install Java 17 because this is Java 17 compatibility code. So I'm using Java 17. You can try with your latest Java version as well, no issues. Yes, Java installed. Then install Git. Also, I'm going to use. I need a Git as well as Java both. Why we need Git? To download or to clone the code from Git repository. I'll show you the Git repository as well. See here, this is what the Git repository. What is repo? Repo is nothing but centralized storage place. You could store your files and your whatever the code, whatever you want, you could store in centralized place. Say for example, we have Google Drive. What is Google Drive? Google Drive is the centralized storage place where you could store your files, and whenever you want, wherever you want those files, you can download from that centralized repository. What you need internet access and you need credential. If you have these two, you could download your files. Same like these centralized storage repositories provided by many companies. So in that, GitHub is one of the familiar, and many people are using GitHub to store their code in centralized repo. Apart from this, we have Bitbucket, we have Azure repository, we have so many repositories we have in your organization. They may use different repositories. But what exactly we need? We need the repository URL and downloading access. Okay, so normally what you will do, you are not going to create any application in your organization. So application team will be there separately. They will create the code and they will develop the code and they'll write the code and they'll test it with their testing environment. Once they complete their coding and they are okay to deliver, then they will tell you that boss, my code has been uploaded on this particular repository. Please go and download my code and you convert it into packages. So the steps also they will give. For example, if you come down here, they have given the steps. How can I download this and what I need to do to run my application? Okay, the application will be look like this. Okay, now I'm going to clone this repository so that I will get all these codings inside my local system. I'll create one directory, kdr-fnp, my project I will take. Okay, why I'm create my own directory? Anyway, in your organization also they will use Oracle or Java or data, something like that. Here I'm going to copy the git clone command so that I will download the project. It will not ask any credential. Why? Because that is in public repository. We have two types of repository. One is public repository and private repository. To access from private repository, you need credential. To access from public repository, you no need any credential. So this is public repository. CD, I'm going to Spring Pet Clinic folder. Inside that, I have all the code. These codes are raw code. So I have to convert this code into package. To convert this code into package, they have given the steps. We have to run this command. So whatever they've given, the same thing I give. I'll convert this code into package. It will take some time to convert because I'm using 2 GB memory and 4 GB RAM, correct? So it may take 5 minutes to complete it. If you are using high configuration, it may convert this code into package very quickly. I'll pause my video. Once the completely it build is successful, then I'll come back. See here, build success. So if you see build success and test run 56, no failure, no errors, which means our code has converted into package. Let me do ls. If you see here, target folder has been created. Now all our package available inside the target folder. The raw code available inside source folder. Okay, I'm going to run this command. Before that, let me show you one thing. So I'll take this IP address, paste it here and hit it. So what I'm getting? I'm getting this page can't be reachable. Correct? Why? Because our application itself not started. We just converted into package. That's it. So to start our application, this is the command java jar target start.jar. So why? Because here inside the target folder only some jar file we have. So if you start that jar file, then only it will be your application will be start. Now the moment when I run, it is started. Now it is running in front end. it will keep on run. Okay, if I do control C, the application will stop. Let me go and check now whether I'm able to access or not. I'll do refresh. See, I'm able to access. So what we have done so far, we have copied the code from GitHub and we converted that code into package. After that, we install that package, which means we install that application in front end mode. So now we are able to access the application. Correct? This is what the application they want to monitor. So inside this application, we have something called file owners. We have many informations we have. Okay. Owners details, if you want, you can check what is the owner, what are the owners we have. So all these details are there. So this is on simple application. Whenever user accessing this application, so we want to monitor inside these objects. What is this? Inside these functions. This is what I told. Functions are microservices or services, whatever it may be. So we are going to add each and every part of this whole application. For that, what we need to do? We have to enable the APM. As of now, what we have done in Datadog agent, we have enabled OS monitoring as well as process monitoring. So now we are going to enable APM monitoring also. As of now, we have not enabled APM monitor. We are going to enable. Let me check here whether my servers came or not. The new this one, I changed the IP address. Sorry, server host name, correct? That I'm able to see now. Okay, I have only OS monitoring and process monitoring. If I open this, so process monitoring I'm able to see. Correct. Now to install APM, you directly go and click on APM or directly go and select add component, add a component. When you click on this, it will take you to this page. So here it is asking where you hosted your application, whether on host or container based, that is nothing but your Kubernetes, Docker, whatever it is, and serverless we are using in inside our cloud systems, correct? But we are going to see on host based. Why? Because just now I installed my application or I deployed my application on top of Linux virtual machine, so that I'm going to select host base. Click on host base and it is asking us to install agent first. This one already we have done. Then Datadog as of now supporting these many languages for APM. Okay, if your code, if you written your application code in this language, so that you can use this APM. My code is Java, so I selected Java. After that, you could give here the repository, so that what it will do, the manually we copied from GitHub repository, correct? Instead of that, it will download it and it will convert it into package and it will execute. So I'm not going in that automatic way, so it is optional. So already I have done that. Next, I'll go to install the Java client. This is important. See, this one is Java agent and Java client. Sorry, Datadog agent and Java client, both are different. So here, if you want to monitor Java application, then you have to add one more client, that is called Java client. I need to copy this and I have to install inside the server. So where I need to copy? Okay, as of if I do control C, my application will be stopped. We will do some script we will create it and we'll try to run this application backend, so that whenever we want to do any other work, it will not disturb backend, it will automatically run. So as of now I stopped. If you go and if you refresh this, now it will be not working. Why? Because I stopped the application. Okay, now what I'll do, in the same place I will download Java dd java -agent.jar from this particular website. If you type ls, see here, I have downloaded. The next step, what they're telling, instrument your application. What is instrument? Instrument is nothing but you are going to add something. If you see the musics, we have music instruments, correct? So inside the music, if you want to make a song, you are going to add multiple instruments music. Same like here, if you want to monitor along with your application, when you are start your application, you are going to instrument or injecting these codes in your startup service startup code, not inside your application. You can give whatever name you want. Service name I'm giving java hyphen app. This is what my service name. My java app I'll say for change. Okay, my java app. And what is the environment? Dev environment I'm using. So whenever you type here, it is updating here. See here, if I remove dev, then it is only coming D. If I add D, it is adding. Next, I'm going to add this sample rate as well. Then continuous profiler, let it be. So all these functions, features I have added, I copy. Okay, I copy and I'll paste it in Notepad or Notepad plus plus. Okay, I open Notepad plus plus. Here I'm going to copy. So now I need to add this code inside my startup script. What startup script? Startup script application startup. So when we are trying to start in backend, we have to add this code. So they have given the sample. So path to DD, where my DD Java agent.jar is available. So if you see here, it is available. So what is the path? PWD. This is what the path. So I'm going to add it. Not only folder, I have to add this name as well. Okay, then after that, this and all we don't want to touch anything. Then path to your app.jar. Where my app.jar will be available? It will be available inside my target. So cd target. If you go to target, then you could see this is what the app.jar. So this is what my path slash. Here app.jar is nothing but spring something blah 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 dot jar. So you copy this or paste it. Now I want to store if any during when it is starting, the starting itself, if it has any issues, then we should come to know why it is not getting start, something like that. So we are going to collect the logs. Where that log will be, I'm going to use same directory. Oh, no, 1 minute. I'm going to use inside the Spring Boot itself. I'm going to use MK-AI the log directory I'm going to create. So inside this log directory, I'm going to store my log file. So I'll tell them that if anything comes while starting, if anything comes, any log comes, please store it here. So just a Spring Boot log. Okay. After that, at the end, I'm going to run this in the background. Correct. To run this in the background, if you know Linux, you know that we are going to use redirection 2. Okay, we are going to use 2 greater than and 1. Why we are using this? We are telling our Linux operating system that boss, when you are running this, please store your logs, whatever log it is capturing, please store it here. Apart from this log, if any error, if it is coming, don't show me or don't interrupt me on screen. Okay, so send those errors to outside. I don't want here, which means the log error, if anything, any error when it is starting, it will capture here. But apart from application log, if you find anything else, then don't disturb me in the screen. Please send out of it. That is what the meaning of 2 greater than and 1. The standard input, standard output. And finally, I'm going to use one at the rate. This at the rate is nothing but I'm going to use these in the background. And in front of Java, add no hub, HUP, not HUB. Okay, you should use HUP. I'll copy everything and I'll put it into one file. I'm going to execute it. So I'll go here, cd space double dot. Okay, inside the log folder, I have not created the file called pet springboot.log. It will create automatically. Okay, it will come and check. If it is already there, it will paste the log. If it is not there, it will create one file and it will start it. I'll create one script. My Java start dot sh. You can give whatever name you want. So here, just I will paste it. I'll go and I will run it. Before run, chmod plus x my Java. So give this permission so that it will executable. It will become executable, so anyone can execute it. Now my Java. So last time to start application, what command we have used? We have used command called this command, correct? Java-jar target blah blah. So this command already we have mentioned here. See here Java, and here we are using Java agent. Okay. Then in the finally -jar, in between we have added. This is what the instrumenting, correct? So we have added the options which will help Java dd-java agent. Okay. And after that we have given where is my jar file, and finally we are redirecting the log to here, and we are redirecting the error to outside. Okay, so I'm going to use this script. When you start your script, you can come and check whether the script is working or not. Please open your grep Java. See here, it is running. It is running. If it is not run, then you will get something like this. Life online. Just I'm killing the this service to show you. Okay. After you run this, if you come and check here, if it is not showing like this output, only one line it is showing. This, see, this is grep command. I'm using grep, correct? See, this is grep command process, which means there is no Java process currently running. So you have to go and check your script, or you can go and check the log also, because we have used here we have used log, correct? If your application not start properly, then you can go and check in the inside the log as well. Okay, so this is how we could verify whether my Java application has started or not. So you should get like this Java agent jar blah blah blah, all those things. So now my application has started. We'll go and access via IP address. We'll see whether my application is started or not. See, my application has been started. Here we will do some interactions so that our Datadog agent will capture the matrices. Or first we will go and find the owners. How many owners are there? So something George Franklin owner is there. Okay, I'm going to add something his address or something. So instead of 110, I'm going to add 120. I'll update the owner details. Yes, it is updated properly. So one interaction. If you want to go and check add new pet, you could go and add new pet as well. So something like my team pet name is something dog. Okay, So what is the date of birth? Can give today's date of birth, 12/08/2025. So this is dog, correct? So I'll use dog and add pet. Invalid data. Okay, you have to give like this. I'll select from here. Better, I'll select today. Add pet. Pet has been added. Okay. If you want to see again the owner details, then you can find and you can check the owners. You are doing some interactions. Okay. You can click on error. What it will do if they created like this, if you want to create some error, then you click on error. Okay, so I did some interactions. Okay, and if you want, we can go and add owner as well. So I gave my name, first name, last name, address, city, all those things I updated, and I am adding the owner. So new owner also created. So I did some transaction, the new owner, where I could go and check. If you go and check in the find owners, then go to the last page. So this is what I added. So these informations are there. Now I did some transactions or interaction in the application. So my Datadog agent APM should capture all these traces. We'll go and check in APM. So come here and check, go to APM services, because we are going to add the services. If you see my Java, this is what I given, correct? My Java hyphen app, this is the service health is okay. So I'm going to open and see the service. See here the hits. What is mean by hit? The pages which I requested, those pages has been opened, and you could see the error. Why? Because two times I clicked here in the error, correct? In the error I clicked two times, so it is capturing there. So we have it is captured errors, and separately it is captured error as well. Here 500 error it is giving. And see, if it is not showing here your service, then you have to select your tag. If you, for example, by default, if it is select as staging, no, then you will not see here. So what you need to do, you have to select the tagging here, so that your service will be visible. So when you open your service, see here, just now I given one more error, so that I'm getting 500 error. Okay, so if you want to see more the dashboard, click on service page. When you click on service page, it will open in separate window. So here you will see all the details. See here APM services. Okay, under the services you have request this error, how much request, all those informations you will get. And if you come down, you can see the latency. So what is the latency, and what is the errors, all these informations. Along with this, you will get the info about the page by page informations you will get. For example, we have we just, when we access welcome page will come. After that we went to owners. After that we edit the owners. After that we added the owners also. We find the owners. So each and every page, how much time it was taken, what is the latency, is there any error or not. See here, when we hit this page, correct? Which page? Error page. It was three hits. Okay, request is three. All three are getting 100% error rate. Okay, three errors we got 100% error rate. Rest of the thing error rate is 0.0000 something like that. Okay, so by using these details, you can come to know where exactly my error rate is increasing. What is the latency? Or error rate is zero, but even though it is taking huge number of time, instead of some milliseconds, it is taking some minutes, so that you can come to know, okay, when my application is interacting with this internal process or internal function, it is taking this much high latency. Or whenever my application is storing something, see here post is there, correct? This post is nothing but it will backend, it will go and it will interact with the um, interact with the database. So we can come to know, okay, something problem in the database end, and that too in the database which server it is a problem. So all this information, see here, the brown app, this one is my database. I'll show you where the database is. So by seeing these informations, you can easily come to know which data exactly having the issue. If you want more information, you can click on these errors and you can come to know what is the error and where exactly we are getting this error from. So, and this is one of the beauty. See here, the connectivity I told, correct, front end and back end database is there. So this is what the database, and here the front end, my application is going to hit this database and it is giving you the information. As of now, this database health is okay. If sometime, if this database is not good, then it will show that this database is not good. As I said, they will not have one database server, they may have multiple database server or pods, correct. So during the time, this will be distributed. These queries will be distributed among different databases. So which database is giving error rate, that also you can easily come to know. Okay. So here we get all the details about my application. So that whenever we have any issues, whenever we are having application slowness, we can directly come, you can check here where exactly the issue, so that you could easily identify. Now, we have seen services, correct? We'll go and check the traces as well. What is traces? As I said, one function internally or externally speaking with another function, or one application speaking with another application. See, this is what the traces. See, in the last, I hit error page, correct? This is what the error page I hit. So it captured those information. And if you open this, you can come to know from which server this particular error came as well. See here, we have more informations. So that you could dig more. So this is what the server URL, OUPS. So this is what my IP address, and this is what the page. All this information it will give you. Even though if you have multiple servers, you can come to know this error coming from exactly on which, from which server. Okay, so you have all the, see, 200, 200, 302. All these things are your error code. They're not error code, execution code. By using this, you can come to know where exactly the error came, along with the timing. This is what the important. Why? Because all the monitoring observability it is using um, time based, time series database they are using. Why? Because whenever they are collecting the metrics, along with the timing and date, it should collect, then only it is useful. Okay. And these output also you could see in different ways: time series and top list, a table format, like that. If you use time series, then it will come in the time series method. See, like that it will come. And if you go with the top list, then it will give you the information about the top, which, see here, which this one, which page top request got. See here, this find owners 5 times I hit, and owners slash find I hit 5 times. Like that, it will keep on. It will tell you which page is hit more by customers. Okay, so that you can come to know inside my application which page is more utilizing or more using by the customer. Okay, and here you have traces as well. Inside the trace, we are checking in spans. You can click traces. If you click trace, you can come to know more about it. Okay, so here you will see the list and map. So it will give you more information about your traces. You could use spans or traces, whatever you want. Next, we have profiling as well. So what is profile? So profiles is nothing but which page is utilizing high CPU. Okay, which page is utilizing high CPU. See, the owner page is utilizing high CPU from this to this timing, 12:55 to 1:10 timing. If you want, you could change the timing as well. Last 1 hour, last 15 minutes, like that also you could change it. Or if you have any custom dates, you can go and you can select from calendar. custom dates and timing also you can select it here. So this one, this profiling, this page will give you which page utilizing high CPU. Okay, high CPU utilization it will give us. And if you click on memory, so it will give you which page utilized highest memory. See, this owner page itself utilized highest memory, so that you can go and check each and every functions or pages, how those pages are reacting or how those process or functions are reacting. Okay. Mm, as of now, we don't have much IO redirection read data, because there is no this is simple application, correct? So if you use huge number of application, you can come to know whether the issue on the reading the data and sending transferring as well. So this is the advantage of APM. I hope this will be useful to you. Thank you so much.